Good morning from Wildalgoma. It is the third day of March 2026, minus 16 degrees here again, so winter's still trying to hold on to us here. This week Wildalgoma reached a milestone, and it was the milestone that it reached was there was 60,000 people stopped by my channel just to have a look and see what this this crazy guy in the Algoma country is up to. And I think that is, to me, it's staggering. When I started the Wildalgoma channel, my original intent for that channel was to just be able to share my my ramblings, my photos, my images with family and a few friends. And so what it's growing into is just staggering. You know, I've been on YouTube since 2013, and originally YouTube for me was just to go and do some research, you know, learn how to clean my spark arrestor in my Honda generator, or how to change the oil in my my snowblower properly. So that's all it was intended for. And then I started seeing these guys that are, you know, they got 1 million people watching them eat a sandwich on a tailgate, and I couldn't believe it. And maybe to a lot of folks that's not important, and you know, in the big scheme of things it really isn't. But I just wanted to mention that, you know, what YouTube has done for me over the last couple of years, I would say since COVID. For me, it's still an opportunity to capture videos, capture things that I do. A lot of the things that I do out on the landscape are not really common, you know, the trapping and the different hiking and some of the different areas that I go to. And a lot of the spots, you know, that people drive by every day and they don't stop and have a look, like the swans on the St. Mary's River. People drive by that every day, you know, and unless you stop and have a look and really appreciate what's going on, you know, as I mentioned in a few of my earlier videos, I'm very fortunate to be able to call Algoma my home. And you know, I was born here, I was raised here, I'm able to live here, and I'm probably going to reach the finish line here in Algoma country if everything goes right. And I think it's an absolute great place to grow up. It's a great place to live, and it's a great place to wander in. So I wanted to, the intent of my Wildalgoma website, and that's what it was for, and that's what it's going to continue to go on. And I also want to put the qualifier in there for the 60,000 people that stopped by. Everything on that Wildalgoma channel is it happened, it occurred. In this world, in artificial intelligence, you know, unless you actually see it occur with your own eyes, you're not sure if it's real or not. And I'm not taking away from that. I think artificial intelligence does have a place, but for me and the Wildalgoma channel, that's not what we'll see. So, and I'm sure you'll probably agree with me, a lot of that stuff is just sort of off the cuff, and when you see things happening, even some of the images that I collect, maybe they're a little out of focus. But I think that's the way that I want that channel to capture what's going on, or things that I do. So thanks a lot to the 60,000 people that stopped by the YouTube channel in Wildalgoma to have a look at what we do here and the beautiful landscapes in Algoma country. I'm using this steering wheel framing my little ramble this morning for a reason. There's a fellow that I've recently started to follow on YouTube, Kevin Colbay, has a channel that basically helps people get started, explains the ins and outs of YouTube, and he's really helped me. And when I was having my coffee this morning, I watched one of his videos explaining that you know, it's more creative to just go off the cuff sometimes, and he was framing his one of his videos in the steering wheel of his truck while he was waiting to go into a doctor's appointment. And I think that's great. Sometimes the things throughout the day that come to your mind that you might want to capture, you might want to put on your channel, you might want to write down. Remember years ago we had diaries and journals? You know, my entire career I've kept a journal of things that I've seen, you know, the weather, and I'm fortunate enough to have that. So thanks to Kevin for explaining the ins and outs of YouTube at a level that, you know, folks like me can understand. So I just wanted to say thanks for stopping by the Wildalgoma, and I look forward to getting more videos out there, lots more information to share. You know, I'm going into my second year now of posting videos, and hopefully we've got lots to come. You know, spring's coming, and I'm hoping to capture some of the you know, the runoff, the rivers that look so magnificent in the Algoma country in the springtime with the overflow and whatnot. And I've gotten into some drone shooting now, and that's interesting. But again, that's all feeding into the sort of the overarching Wildalgoma situation, you know, what we see out there and how beautiful a country is. So again, thanks very much for stopping by YouTube, and for the folks that I was able to get back to, even with the comments. I try to comment to everybody, and anybody that sends out a message to me, I certainly try to respond. So have a great day, get out there and wander.